Hi, this video will provide an overview of the Brightspace Class Progress tool and show you how to customize the tool to suit your needs. If you're not already familiar with Class Progress and how it provides a performance dashboard, I think you'll quickly be able to see how this tool can help improve your life when you're teaching online with Brightspace. So, what is it? It tracks both your students' overall progress as a class, that's the view you see right now, the class progress dashboard, and it also provides individual student progress summaries. I find these are the perfect tool to facilitate conversations with students, parents, and guardians. Has a really lovely print option as well. So what's great about this tool is it curates student progress indicators all in one place. So these criteria that you can see here on the dashboard, they're referred to as progress indicators. And in this video, we're going to look at what's available and how you can customize it. So first of all, if you don't already have class progress, you need to head over to Course Admin, and you can scroll down to Learner Management, and you can access class progress on an individual basis for there. I think you'll find you'll love it so much and you're using it so much that you'll want to throw it on your nav bar so it's quick for you to access. And it's also powerful for students to access. When they click, they'll see their own personal class progress. I'm just going to flip to that view just for a second as Andrea's student, and you'll see that now I'm seeing it here on my student nav bar. And when I click, I see my personal summary. Of course, I don't see my fellow students' progress. I see how many discussions I've participated in, all of the different drill down details that show there are the topics, and here's where I've made a contribution. Literally, and all of the links make this so interactive. So I don't have to go out to the various tools inside of Brightspace to find this information. It pulls it all together neatly in one place. I'll go back to being my teacher self now, and we'll continue our tour. So our first view when we land in class progress, again, is this overall dashboard. And the term dashboard's really fitting here. It doesn't show everything under the sun. It shows 4 things at a time. Waiting for that to pull up. So I compare this to the dashboard in my car. The dashboard in my car shows me how fast I'm going, how much gas I have left, how much oil I have left, etc. And so I'm not looking over my shoulder or to the left and the right trying to see these things. I'd be careening into things. They're right in front of my face on the dashboard of my vehicle. So in this sense, this is the dashboard of our course. It pulls it all together, it curates it, and lets us see how our students are doing on these key progress indicators. The graphs aren't just flat graphs, they're interactive. When you click on them, each data point is live and it's updating all the time. You can see the current detail here at this kind of high level on the dashboard. Now, say you don't use quizzes in Brightspace. Say you're always you can use Google Forms for quizzes. I use those sometimes instead. So how to make this so each of these, this is kind of some valuable real estate here. Each of these are the things that you're going to use with your students. You come into settings and you'll see here are 4 indicators. So I'm going to get rid of quiz. I'll go to the chevron beside the progress indicator that I want to change, and I'll see my options. I can move it up and down, or I can replace it. And that replacement list is going to show all of the progress indicators that are not currently on the dashboard. So I want to ditch quizzes that I don't use, but say I use discussions all the time. And I'm going to save and close. So that's how you edit up the indicators that are on your dashboard. They have to be the tools that you use and the things that you want to have a quick look at. And you can change it on the fly at any time. You're not locked into any of these. You can always customize them and have that quick look that shows you, if a student's having a crisis. I can see right here that there's some really uneven performance with the grades. opportunity to use this data to have a conversation with the student, also with the parent or guardian. Sometimes I'll use this as a screen share in a conference in Zoom to talk about things with parents or guardians, and there's also some very powerful print options. Let's take a look at those. So you click on the hyperlink for the student's name. You'll just see a blur because I'm trying to hide carefully and protect the privacy of my Quad 1 students who were my guinea pigs for all of this. So now you can see the student's progress summary, and that can be as rich and as fulsome or as stripped down as you want to make it. It can have many different criteria, more than are available on the dashboard. Remember, the dashboard you're limited to looking at 4 at a time. Here I think there's some 12 different ones you can choose from. You can go up to settings and customize to show as many or as few as you'd like. Sometimes when I'm just doing a grades report, I'll deselect everything else but grades and leave that on. One thing that's here by default that we'd recommend you take off is, especially if you're creating a PDF and sharing it with parents, is that class grade distribution. We really just share the students' learning, not the whole class, and the maximum minimum range. You can just take those off. They can cause a bit of confusion and stress. Up to you. Use your professional judgment on those. So when we're looking at any of the individual indicators, what really sets Brightspace apart here as a powerful learning management system is, for example, when we're in something like content, and we drill into the content, and you can see the different topics that she visited. And when you look at the different units, some of them were never visited. And if those were crucial pieces of learning and you're finding students have never visited, that's something you might pull up and share with students on your whiteboard in your next Zoom during a synchronous meeting. So in many learning management systems, especially something like Google Classroom, you just kind of throw it out there and hope they're looking at it, but you can't tell. This never visited is a good indicator that you need to have a conversation with students about it. There's a little, let me see, head back out to the summary here. So in addition to having this as a live tool to use for conversations, again, my student can look at class progress from the nav bar and see their own personal class progress. It's also something that I can print and save as a PDF and email to parents, or I can print as a PDF and share it with student success staff. Lets them know what the student has completed and what they haven't and how they're doing. So in our print preview, it's going to show all the things that we've set in settings that we wanted to include. We can refine it here and take some things off and think, well, you know, maybe quizzes weren't that crucial. It's really just assignments we want to look at. We can decide whether it's just at the summary level or you want to get super granular and include all those details. It can be for the whole time that the course has been open, or say if a student has been kind of having something of a crisis recently, you can just show last 7 days. So customizable here. And then it creates a tidy PDF that shows, again, as much or as little information as you choose to include. And I normally just save that with, it automatically gives the title of your course, and I'll just save that with the student's initials and then attach that to an email so I can have a conversation with parents or guardians. So I hope you found this overview of class progress helpful. Again, it provides two things, a dashboard that lets you see the progress of your whole class at a glance, and also a lovely way to drill down into a curated collection of your students' learning.